Hey YouTube, it's me here, Scott. I got another job on the go here, but this time it's for me. I got a set of wheels that I'm going to be getting new tires on. It's for my 1985 Toyota Corolla AE86. It's my drift car, right? So it's a good car. It just needs tires. It's that time. They're pretty old. They're kind of dry rotted. You know, they're half worn out because it's a rear-wheel drive car. But I digress. So it has a little bit of curb rashing from the previous owner, and what that means is somebody had been sliding the car into something harder than the car itself. So the car's fine, the wheels are okay, just it's a matter of basically TIG welding the edge of that wheel itself, just the actual lip on the outside towards the tire's edge. So you're going to see me doing that, and I'll show you what I'm doing. All I have to do is make sure that I get the wheel off and onto the bench, and you're going to be seeing me do that right now. It's a hot day, so yeah, let's just hop at her, see how she goes. This is the car in question, 1985 Corolla. She's a good old girl, but it's time for tires. That's what I'm talking about right there. Oh yeah. So, I got the wheel in the shop now. As you can see, I've been having some fun with it while it was on the car. But, you know, it's part of the course. Doesn't matter. Point is, she's kind of hurting. You can't see it from here, but I'll give you a closer look here in a sec. What's going to happen is I'm going to clean up this with the grinder. I'm going to take away some of the edges here, and again I'll show you. There's all this ripped up stuff on the sides and edging, so plan is to clean up all the edging with the grinder before we start. We're going to wire brush any of the affected areas for the aluminum oxide. You can't weld through it, that's a whole nother thing, doesn't matter. And I'm going to be laying some beads on top of this wheel before I get new tires, and the reason why is because the wheel's going to get so hot that there's a chance it'll wreck the tire. It won't really wreck the tire, but I've ordered tires for it. They're due for replacement anyway. I don't have a tire machine at my house yet. I might one day, you know, if things get crazy enough. The point is, right now is a good position to be doing that TIG welding, so this is just an aesthetic on the wheel itself. And all I'm doing is just making it look nicer. There's no structural issues, there's nothing that's going to make it weaker. It's just literally adding 1/8 of an inch of weld into the top edge on some places. Not the whole way, just some places. So you'll see exactly what I mean. I'll show you. This is the time I'd like to remind you that you always need to be wearing your safety gear anytime you're doing something like this. You know, there's all kinds of dangers and hazards with it, but this is also a fairly easy repair. As far as the spectrum of things go, it's not, like I say, going to be a real hazard. It's just, if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. That's always a good rule to follow for anything, whether it's anything to do with the shop or in life. So always want to be comfortable, and if you're not comfortable with welding on your wheels that are worth a few $100 or more a piece, why do it? Send it to a professional, you know? For me, I do this for a living, so all I can say is I'm comfortable with it. I've done it a handful of times. This is the first time I've done it on my own stuff, but that's not the point. The point is, if you think you're going to be endangering yourself or others, never do it. So with that said, let's get to TIG welding. Also, before we start, make sure you get all the air out of the tire. I'm not actually sure where my valve core tool is, otherwise I'd take out the valve core. That'd be kind of the better way to do this, but as long as you're getting most of the pressure out of there, you should be okay. The idea is that in case anything does happen, it's not going to be a problem, right? So like I say, I wasn't kidding when I was saying I had some fun with these tires. They're on the way out, and they're pretty dry rotted. There's some siping on the edge here. That's actually from the fender edges, from the tightness of the fit. The wheel kind of cuts into the body of the car like that. It's done now. That was from the previous owner. Same with all this curb-rash here. So what I'm gonna end up doing is just cleaning that up first. You see all this edging right here? All that stuff? If I weld it with that edging there, what's gonna happen is it'll just stay there, and it makes my job a little harder to clean up. So what I'm gonna end up doing is polishing that up with a grinder before I start. And once I've got that going, you'll see it's a little bit easier to clean once I get there. Now that I got a little bit of grinding done on it, it's looking a little better, but you can see that this is definitely a low spot. I still need some more cleanup, but the point is, after I get a couple of welds on there, we're going to grind it down flush again, and it's going to eventually look a lot nicer than it is now, that's for sure. You could see during the welding why I decided to use the old tire, right? Like if you look at all that smoke and soot, that is all from the tire burning up, because this stuff is really hot. So quite frankly, I'm pretty happy with this. It's gonna look pretty good when I'm done. And again, this is just lipstick on a pig, hey? This isn't really a structural thing, this is just an aesthetics thing. I just thought since I'm already getting new tires, I might as well clean up these wheels that the previous owner had scratched up and made a little bit rough. So that's fine. I'm not blaming anybody, I just know it wasn't me, I swear. It wasn't me. I'm pretty sure the neighbors think I've been doing burnouts again, but that's not the case this time. They also know I weld and mess around in the garage, so as long as I've got fresh air in here, I'm okay with that, you know? They're tight with it too, as long as I'm pretty quiet. Point is, We're gonna rough down these welds now with a nice clean aluminum disc. These are a specific disc for aluminum. It is a thing, by the way, so not many people know that. Point is, we're gonna use one of these to get rid of some of the high spots. We're gonna get it most of the way flat, about 90% of the way. And then we're gonna finish off with that 80 grit flap wheel that I started with earlier, just to get rid of those burrs that we saw. So without further ado, let's hop to it. Now, as you can see, it's a pretty major improvement. This wheel was never going to be perfect, but you know what? I'm too cheap to go buy a brand new one for a few $100 when I got a TIG welder at home. So quite frankly, I'm happy with that. The wheel is going to have a little bit of a tweak anyway. It's just for my autocross and drift car. So you can see those spots here where it's a little dark. That's where the welding occurred, but that's really not too bad, hey? Considering. So like I say, all I really need to do now is get the tire replaced. I'm going to get a little bit more polish after I have the new tire on, but there's no point in polishing it now while I have other guys putting the wheels, or the tires together, sorry. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, and quite frankly too, it cost me maybe $10 at most to fix that versus a few hundred for a new wheel, and then I still have a screwed up wheel I'd either have to toss out or turn into a yard decoration. So yeah, I think that'll be just fine for me. Like, you know, blows my hair back, that's all I care about. So there you have it. That's my wheel repair in a nutshell. So basically, like I say, if you're not comfortable with the work, don't do it yourself. You never want to do this kind of work unless you know what you're doing. So quite frankly, I've done it a number of times and I'm happy with it. There goes my neighbor. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, so I'm gonna be getting you another update for this video in a few days' time. It'll be part of the video, but basically I got new tires to throw on, so we're gonna throw new tires on. I'm getting a local tire shop to do that. I don't have a tire machine yet, otherwise you know I probably would. Yeah, so it's gonna be nice and kosher when she's done. I'm gonna give it a hand buff and clean up every wheel that I got on the car. In the meantime, all I can do is just, you know, hurry up and wait. So there's an autocross event coming up next week I'd like to be a part of. I told them that already, so chances are I'll have it done by then. It'll be all cleaned up, and then yeah, we'll see how she goes. In the meantime, she's looking a lot better, and I'm happy about that. So for the most part, $10, $15 at most, and that's, you know, a couple bucks worth of grinding disc, the gas, the electricity, and, you know, the filler metals and all that. So, you know, 15 bucks versus $250, $300. It's done now in the last hour versus, you know, a couple of weeks, a month to ship here, and that's assuming there's nothing going wrong with that. So this is the kind of repairs I like to do for my own stuff, because quite often, unless I need to actually buy a new one, chances are I can just refurbish it myself. So as far as that goes, I'll have another update here, and once I got it cleaned up, you'll see what it looks like when she's done. So it's been a busy couple days here, and yeah, I gotta shave and stuff, doesn't matter. Gotta get ready for this wedding, but come check out the car, it's looking pretty good now. So this is the wheel they did all the work on. And I don't know, you can tell, but that's really not too bad. So here's that wheel that I had polished up. Well, I haven't polished it yet, but this is basically the one that had all the curb rash. And the only thing that makes you really tell is when you look at the kind of welding smoke there. I'll see if I can zoom in. Like you can kind of tell, but not really. So, I mean, the wheels are in way better shape than they started. Point is, she'll be ready for some more autocross, some more drifting, you know, fun stuff. Let's go throw it on. As you can see, it's looking a lot better. If you don't mind the crunchy spots. I'll fix that in another video. But in the meantime, this was the bad wheel, which, you know, it isn't that great anyway, but you can kind of see where the welding was. But I still have to clean up the wheel itself with some actual polish. I'm gonna probably end up using just an off-the-shelf product after I give it a good cleaning. But I might end up actually taking a nylon brush and really kind of scrubbing in there, you know. But for the most part, that's looking pretty damn good compared to how it was before. I mean, just to give you an idea, the other wheel that had a little bit of damage, which I didn't decide to touch up, you can kind of see what's going on there. So I mean, I don't know, these are just cheap wheels anyway. They're replica wheels, they call them in the car world. So for what it's worth, this car, she needs a little bit of a cleaning up anyway, but it runs great. I love it, you know. I got two of these things, and this is the kind of the drift car of the two, so I'm okay with having the rougher wheels on it. They're nice, but they're a little bit beat up, but that's kind of part of the course when it comes to this stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the torquing here. I just torqued the one side I showed you there, so I'm gonna finish up this side, and then I suppose the inside could use a cleaning too. I don't know if you can see it. Oh yeah, you can totally see the dust over here. Yeah, it's time. It's time for good detailing. We have autocross coming up this weekend, so of course I got 100 other things on the go before then, but yeah, I'm gonna do my best to clean it up before I take it out there. Just like cleaning the toilet. Same thing. Okay guys, so we're officially done the wheels now. I cleaned them up a bit, you know, gave them a good brushing, washed the car. I managed to take it to the autocross, did okay, you know, I got those new tires on, so I didn't really know what to expect. But yeah, I had fun, that's all it's about, right? So yeah, I guess I'm on to the next project, which will be this thing. It's a pretty neat little build. I'll have some more info about it, but in the meantime, we'll keep that under wraps till I have the time for it. But in the meantime, yeah, if you like the video, let me know by liking in the comments, or sorry, like the video, send me a comment if you have any suggestions, tips, anything you feel like it was worth sharing. And if you like cars and building things, it might be worth subscribing. So I'm kind of working on videos now and then, so it's kind of just another hobby of mine. I got lots of hobbies. I got bikes and I got the cars and all that other stuff. So for me, it's just part of what I do. And if you're willing to tune in and watch the videos, sure, I'd be happy to update you guys with some other things here and there other than this truck. And like I say, I've always got welding projects on the go, so I'm planning on doing some more videos here. I've actually got another one set up here that I'll be releasing soon for this aluminum bench project. Otherwise, this thing you can expect some footage of. A couple of the other car builds I got, including some of that drift car that I've been working on, the AE86. And yeah, I hope you're looking forward to it as much as I am. Thanks for watching, and I appreciate any comments, criticism, concerns. Just let me know, and I'm always reading them. So thank you very much. Hopefully we'll see you around.